Should I try one more? Cool. On. Skip a ground check. No, ground check. Just run around with my head that's on the ground. What am I missing? Oh. Aha! Got it. Cool. Okay, I was worried about that, going over that little walkway, if it was going to damage the blades. Watch your face. Oh, what? I pushed a button, I went in first person. I didn't know I could do that. Damaged the flower in the process. Yeah, see, now that it's a higher blade. Whoa! It was a setup. I got blinded by the bush, couldn't see the flowers. That's bullshit. Yeah, with a higher blade, it doesn't overheat as fast. It's nice. Okay. So like I was saying earlier, it is a therapeutic kind of experience, but it's also very stressful. So this right here, excuse me, was it right there? No. It's coming up. It's setting me up. Oh, maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought. Don't think this will be a game I'll be doing a part 2. Why am I still playing this, honestly? I'm not a completionist. I'm not OCD. Like I said, I have limited time to play video games, and yet... Like, I want to go in and play God of War. The first one. Never played it. And I could have started that tonight. In fact, that was the plan. I was like, no. I want to cut some grass. Maybe I should have had a list of topics to talk about. I was like, no, I'll just jump in. No big deal. No improv for this guy. Nice yard. I was editing some videos earlier, made a couple shorts, and came across myself talking about Pokemon. So I was doing a live stream the other day with a buddy of mine, John, and someone popped into the chat and asked us if we were into Pokemon. And I went on a small tangent about my very first game experience that I remember purchasing a game on my own was Pokemon Yellow at an electronic boutique, which I believe was EB Games, and didn't they get purchased by GameStop? But anyway, I was trading in some games, and the guy convinced me to buy Pokemon Yellow. And I was like, man, it's a kid game, you know, and you reminded me that I was a kid. I was like 12, and I was like, that's true. And that ended up being one of the best decisions on video games I've ever had. That and when there's another GameStop actually in Louisiana. When I was much older in college, guy convinced me to buy Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Skyrim, and I was reluctant about that too because it just seemed like a big investment. But those games shaped my video game addiction. Pokemon shaped my child gaming addiction. Like I said in that short too, I had a Super Nintendo with a 20-inch TV, one of those old CRT monitors that I purchased with my own money that I saved from doing chores and such. And on the Super Nintendo, I had the Super Game Boy cartridge where you can put a Game Boy in the top of it and play your Game Boy games on your TV through your Super Nintendo, and that was just the coolest thing ever. And I played Pokemon Yellow for so much, man. I looked forward to getting home from school so I can play it, and I was real active in sports, so I would actually be bummed when I'd have to go to baseball practice, even though I was hanging out with all my friends and I loved it, because I wanted to be home playing Pokemon. That's it. Just wanted to talk about it more. I remember playing Ruby, and then I think Diamond. Pretty sure Gold and Silver I played as well. What was the one? Man, Emerald, Crystal, shit. Crystal I think was the Gold and Silver. Their Pokemon Yellow. I remember playing that for the Game Boy Color and loving it as well. But nothing beats the first generation. It's like an old man now talking about, back in my day, Pokemon only had 100, 150. That was it. I'm overheating. I don't care. Started really getting into RPGs. Remember when I got into high school, a buddy of mine let me borrow Final Fantasy X, and I never played any of the Final Fantasies before that. My God, that just... The first scene in Final Fantasy X with Blitzball, and... Oh. Xanarkin? Is that Xanarkin? That was so cool. And then I played them in reverse order. I did 9 next, which I loved. 8, which I liked a lot, and then 7 I actually couldn't get into because it just had rough graphics. I couldn't get past the graphics, and I heard it was probably, you know, a lot of people consider it the best Final Fantasy. I even had Final Fantasy 2 on the Super Nintendo with Cecil, I think his name is. That was a good one, but never played 12. Played 13. Actually, that was my last game that I rented at a Blockbuster and then forgot to return it, so I ended up owning it because then they went out of business. I have it for the Xbox 360, which I don't have many games for that. I think I've destroyed several flowers, just... I haven't been paying attention. Let's round this out. Make it easier for the turns. Yeah. Round it out. If anybody's still watching this video, let me know what started your video game addiction. Pokemon Yellow, man. That was it. Now, I did have, like, Super Metroid, Kirby's Dream Land, things like that. Tetris, obviously, I played a ton of on the original Game Boy. But nothing compares to Pokemon Yellow. Well, I know in the Game Boy Color had, Link's Awakening DX, I think is what it was. That was a pretty big one. But Pokemon Yellow, Good game. Alright, we're gonna come around here. Go around one more time and get these that I missed. Missed it. Round it out. Alright, we're going to do something a little bit different on this. Let's cut across. Woof. Destroyed a flower. Stupid flowers. Alright, let's get this. Get that. Come back around. Ooh, the flowers. Alright. Back at it. I mean, Pokemon Yellow was the first game that really I got into, but not video games in general. I remember watching my oldest brother play Castlevania 2, I think, for the original NES. And just thinking that was the coolest thing ever. But it was mostly because it was my brother. And I definitely always looked up to him. He used to play the Mario games in front of us and get so frustrated when he would die and not figure something out. And me and my other brother would laugh, and he would get so mad because he'd be like, "You guys know how to do this. Why aren't you telling me how to do it?" And we're like, "We don't know how to..." What? Good times. Ooh, missed that. I watched my brothers beat or play Super Mario 64, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Remember when we first played Majora's Mask, we thought that was the coolest game. At the time, we thought the graphics were just so beautiful. And looking back at it now, even the HD version, Majora's Mask is hideous. I mean, yeah, it's got the charm to it. But oof. It's a game I used to rent at a local video game store or movie store for the N64, and I would play it like religiously for the 64. What? Ogre Battle 64? I think is what it's called. That thing was fun. It required so much strategy, and there was so many different paths you can take, and different allies to get on your team, and grr. Fucking flowers. I did this a lot on the push mower. Forward, backwards, forward, backwards. I forgot I can slow down. Because the blade is so high, it doesn't overheat. I've just been kind of going full throttle the whole time. Let's round this out. Make my next path a little easier. Same with this. Like I said, they don't care about the pattern of the grass, so I can cut it with any direction I want. You know, just talking about random shit, this actually got to be therapeutic again. Just simple. Calming. Alright. Around this turn. Ooh, I'm over 90%. Nice. Is it going to get to a point where I need to do more? Because I haven't needed to use the weed eaters yet. I didn't hit... That is so annoying. Since I get to do a higher blade, it's not overheating nearly as much. It's not as painstakingly brutal as that last house was, even though it was smaller. That thing was so fucking annoying. And then also I had grass to pick up everywhere. What was that about? Did I do something wrong? Did I damage it and that's why I was doing it? No, I must have missed an area over here, right? Nope. Should I just be doing that? Like you go up, come back. That would make things so much easier. Wait, I'm not done. All right. I'm finished. On the road again. So why do I have a weed eater? Cool. What's up with that? Newcomer rank 2. Okay. You can edit your avatar. I don't... Upgrading your company? Oh, I don't have enough funds. It's alright. It's kind of fun. I mean, it's not... Like that first area that I was doing when I was really frustrated, I think was because it kept overheating because I wanted it between, was it 4 and 5? The blade, so it kept overheating. And then it said I had to pick up grass everywhere. What the hell was that about? But this other place didn't have to worry about the grass, or at least I didn't notice it. And, excuse me. And the blade height was so high that it didn't overheat as much. So it was much easier. Got to just do it, and that's what I expected it to be to begin with. So yeah, second location, great game. First location, this game sucks. So I don't understand why it did that. But anyway, you know, check it out. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I paid for the game. If I did, I wouldn't want to pay more than like $5 for it, maybe. Even that I'd be kind of me, because I'm not into this. I don't know. I don't know, maybe I am. Anyway, appreciate whoever stuck around, whoever checked out the video. Thank you guys, and have a good one.